guys, so before I start what I actually want to talk about in this video, for those of you who are new to my channel, 2 days a week, I take out to do something challenging, like critical thinking wise. I am a teacher, I kind of have to do that. So that's Tuesday and Thursday, and this Tuesday I was thinking about either doing a video on a culture or the differences in the English language. And the reason why I think I'm kind of leaning more towards the differences in the English language and understanding each other is a situation that happened over on Hilton Scrafty's channel, where somebody commented in one of his FFAs that it was clickbaity because of how he had the title. And when I asked the guy and I talked to him, I came to the understanding that it was a cultural thing where the English language didn't translate, and also a cultural thing where you see Duncan Knee Deep and H Trainer Liam and Game Boy Luke. They're really friendly, happy British people, and Hilton Scrafty's kind of more, I don't want to say reserved, but he's more quiet, he's very blunt, he's to the point, he doesn't do fluff. And he tells it like it is. And I'm used to that because my father's from Ireland and he's exactly like that. And to me, it's no different. And I think that's something I'd really like to show to you guys, like the differences and how we view things, because I am kind of a child of three worlds, where I have my understanding of America and American culture. I have my understanding of Scottish, Irish, and English culture and their language. And I also have the understanding of the Italian language and culture itself, because my mom's family's Italian as well. I mean, my mom's first generation in the U.S. And it's really unique that I have this perspective, and it'd be really a lot of fun to share it with you guys. But comment down below if you have a preference. I hope you guys will join me today at 3 when I have my first Thursday table talk go up. And that's going to be once a week as well. And also, guys, if you have any suggestion for editing software, because I haven't found one that works with my Fuji film camera, because I'm shooting from a film camera, or digital film camera, but I'd really like to start editing my videos to try to make them a little bit more smooth. But today, I want to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon's new trailer. So the first thing they showed us was Rattata, and it's a lowland form, which was dark normal, and its abilities were Glutton or Hustle. And I really like how they related this back to history, because in the 1700s, the Norway rat was introduced, as well as the house mouse in 1816. Now, they started to destroy the natural order, the balance, the birds, and plants, and in 1883, the mongooses were released as a failed attempt to control the mice and rat population, and the mongooses subsequently started attacking natural birds. So I really like how they had the Rattata and the Yungoos story, where Rattata started to invade. They introduced Yungoos. Yungoos didn't kill off the Rattata, but instead you have that kind of transition to where Rattata evolves. Yungoos is a failure at what it was introduced for. Now, here's the deal. I wonder if they're going to now have a reference to a bird species or any other references. And there's one in particular I'll talk about at the end of the video. Now, the second thing they showed us was that some Pokemon have unique Z moves. And the one I want to really look at is Raichu's Stoke Surfer, because if you're not native Hawaiian, you've never been to Hawaii, you don't study the Hawaiian culture, or you're not a surfer, you probably don't know this guy. And this guy, I have a feeling it's a reference to Duke. I'm going to slaughter his name. Pakukumane Meku Halukakai Kai Kamiku. So, Duke, he's actually a famous surfer in Hawaii, and I can't remember exactly if he created the longboard or the shortboard, but he one day paddled out to sea and never came back. I think this was in the 1970s. And there's a big statue of him in Honolulu, right near Aulani Palace. But he was like the big surfer of the day, and I have a feeling that's kind of a reference towards him, which I really, really like. Now, the last thing that they showed us in the video was the Munchlax as a gift with the Snorlax Z-Move. And I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I pre-ordered both of my games. I'm getting both Sun and Moon, and I like the Z-Move because the first time I watched it, my first thought was, they watched me run to the refrigerator when somebody said they had chocolate. Because I have an inner fat girl, and sometimes she just comes out when I hear the words chocolate, tacos. Anytime I'm hungry, I'll be running. When my grandma, who passed away this year, used to call me up and be like, I'm making pizza, I'd call my mom and be like, I'm not coming home for dinner. I'm going to Grandma's. She's making pizza. Sorry, Grandma's pizza is the best. And she taught me how to make it, so I'm so good. And she taught me how to cook because my mom burns down the house every time she cooks. But anyways, the thing I really want to see, there's two things. Number one, they've already hit a reference that I was really excited about. And this goes back to a video I made earlier about Pele. In the video where I made about Pele, I talk about 3 goddesses who were snow goddesses on the mountains who Pele had to fight and forced her to move on. Well, I kind of have a feeling that Vulpix and Ninetales, along with Sandshrew and Sandslash, were those references. And I have a feeling that we may get one more first-gen Pokemon that turns into an ice type. I kind of have a feeling that maybe Arcanine won't be a water type. Maybe it'll be an Ice Spire, which would be really, really cool. And I'm also hoping that we get our pseudo-legendary. I actually have a very good feeling that our pseudo-legendary is going to be some sort of shark looking thing. Not like a Garchomp looking shark, but an actual like hybrid between a shark and a man. Because Pele's older brother was actually the king of the sharks, and if they're going to continue these references, that would be amazing. Now there's one reference I really want them to do, actually 2. The first would be Pele's dog. Pele supposedly had this big black dog that used to be able to spit lava, run through walls. So if they did that, I would really like it to be Fire Ghost, which would be so cool. And the second is the Night March. The Night March in Hawaii, in Hawaiian mythology, these are soldiers who have fallen in battle. Their spirits possess not exactly tikis, but like certain items, and they come to life and they march through the woods at night, and if you're caught by the Night Marchers, they will take your soul and you become a Night Marcher yourself. So there's a lot of cool, if you just look up Hawaiian Night Marchers, you'll see some of the artwork. It's really cool. So those are my thoughts on Sun and Moon. Well guys, have a wonderful day. Leave a comment below and a like. See you guys later.